You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the city of Fort Scott is seeking information regarding rumors of a baseball team coming next year.
Also, severe weather has had homeowners looking over their insurance policies. We'll have some tips on what to keep an eye out for when filing a claim.
And we did have a severe thunderstorm in McDonald County earlier this morning. Skywatch Storm Tracker somewhat clear now. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, but it's okay because we're here to make your day better.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what we do. It occurred to me that dress that you're wearing would probably be invisible on our green screen.
I would love to give it a try.
Well, we have weather coming up here in a moment. You'll just have to join me for a couple of seconds. We'll see how that goes. That's why
do my best Doug Hetty stretch impression.
You should. It's the infamous Doug Hetty stretch. If you haven't seen it, it's on our YouTube page, KOAM News Now on YouTube. So, hey, when he's here, he's here.
There you go.
And he's got to get ready for that severe weather coverage. And some questions coming up in Fort Scott.
Yes, the city of Fort Scott is requesting information regarding a recently announced baseball team called the Fort Scott Marshals.
KOAM Samantha Walker takes a deeper look into the proposed team and its league.
A recent press release announced the creation of the Fort Scott Marshals, a new team to play in the new Central Plains Baseball League. But in a statement, city officials say they were not aware of the announcement and have not signed on for the league. A man who says he's on the board for the Central Plains Baseball League says they are just trying to get word out early about the organization.
We want to make sure we have sponsorships lined up, and, we want to make sure that we have everything that we need to play a season.
When you search for these teams, it's hard to find any trace of them existing online, but you can find other teams in different leagues across the country that share very similar names and logos. The Fort Scott Marshals appear a lot like the Fort Smith Marshals, and the Burlington, Kansas River Monsters are very similar to the Burlington, Vermont Lake Monsters. And the Ozark Mountain Ducks is a real team. The only issue is they haven't played a game since 2004. And when you search for the Central Plains Baseball League, the only result is a high school league in Kansas. It seems that the only place the league and its teams exist is on a singular Facebook page.
We're working on our website and getting built, and we're working on the team sites to get built, and we're working on getting social media up going for the team. So it's taking a process. It's taking a process, like people say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and a league's not going to be built in one day. So
the city of Fort Scott says in a statement that anyone approached by a representative from the Central Plains Baseball League about sponsoring a team is encouraged to contact the Fort Scott city manager. The city manager says that while they hope to have a summer league, they want to make sure it is a legit league and a good fit for the city. Reporting in Fort Scott, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, according to the representative with the league, teams would play 58 games over the summer season. He says the first games will be in May 2025.
Hopefully they're able to figure out exactly what's going on with this proposed team, because it's something that could potentially be good for Fort Scott.
And the city, if it's legit, seems to be excited about it from their press release. So I hope it all works out.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got really just a couple of stray showers out there now, and that was after we started the morning with a severe thunderstorm producing upwards of almost 2-inch in diameter hail in McDonald County. It flared up quickly. It died quickly as well.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and there you can see really nothing in our immediate area, but there are some things out there. A couple of showers, some thunderstorms just outside of our area. We have this shower in Lawrence County. Not really doing much. It's tried, but not much. And a couple of little sprinkles out here in the northwestern corner of Lawrence County. And that is it. There's that storm. Flared up in Delaware County, rolled to the east into McDonald County, was severe briefly, and then just fizzled out. Same with another storm here. Never went severe, but produced quite a bit of lightning. rolled through Newton County and also died out. But we do have additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into the through the morning, especially into the afternoon. We're looking at isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a strong storm or two will be possible, but the better chances for more organized thunderstorm activity will come later this evening and into the overnight hours across the area. By 6, though, you see a few more showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder out there, and those chances again will increase later. We do have a limited risk for an isolated tornado possibly into southeastern Kansas, and then we have a low end risk for maybe some large hail and some damaging wind gusts across the entire area with some of those stronger storms. Temperatures again a little cooler than yesterday at this time, but not significantly so, mid upper 60s. As we go through today, highs also similar to yesterday. We'll go upper 70s, low 80s with those isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms through most of the day, and again the better chances coming in after about 8 o'clock tonight. We'll take a complete look at your forecast and break down those thunderstorm chances for you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. The Carterville police are asking for your help in locating a young boy. Joseph Powell-Castor was last seen leaving a home in Carterville, Missouri, wearing a black shirt with gray shorts. Powell is 5'6", about 170 pounds, with blue eyes and dark brown black hair. It is unknown which direction he could be heading in. If you have any information regarding Powell's whereabouts, please contact the Carterville Police Department. Authorities in Newton County are investigating a weekend murder-suicide. They say 62-year-old William Clanton called police Saturday night to report that he had shot his wife several times and he threatened to shoot himself. When authorities arrived, they found 65-year-old Vicki Clanton dead by gunshot wounds and her husband dead by a single gunshot. A 2-year-old boy is hospitalized following a golf cart crash in Golden, Missouri. The Missouri Highway Patrol says the child was driving the golf cart on private property and crashed into a boulder. The child was taken to Cox Medical Center south in Springfield by Life Flight helicopter. At last report, he was in serious condition. In the wake of recent severe weather in the area, many homeowners have been taking a closer look at their insurance. Chris Bryant looks at some recent changes homeowners can expect.
A lot of times people just grab that, that mail, like, oh, that's junk, I'm gonna throw it in the trash can.
That pile of papers from your insurance company could be notifying you of important changes to your homeowner's policy.
I know one company, they're sending out letters right now raising that wind and hail 1% deductible, and if you don't open that and realize that, and then you have a wind hail claim and you don't know you've got a $3,000 or $5,000 deductible, that could be devastating, to your banking account.
That 1% deductible means if you carry $500,000 in coverage on your home, that new deductible could be as much as $5,000.
So insurance companies, to keep from going broke or leaving the state, being in the negatives, they're actually having the homeowner take on more payment and risk. So before you file a claim, make sure you know exactly what your deductibles are on your wind and hail.
And before you file that claim,
one of the biggest tips I have is especially just don't file a claim because someone climbed on your roof and told you to file a claim. I would call your agent, advise them, and also get a well-known local roofing company to come out and check it out.
The Better Business Bureau says our recent storms make this area a prime target for those looking to make a quick buck.
Anytime there's a storm or any kind of natural disaster, you're going to get scammers and unethical companies following in the wake, so to speak.
And before you commit to a contract,
consumers want to get things taken care of. If you have damage to your home or automobile or anything, you want to get it taken care of, but you don't want to rush into that process. You want to do your research and carefully vet any contractor before you pay them anything or sign any kind of a contract.
And never pay the full amount up front.
When you're working with a contractor, of course, they may need a deposit to get started. So BBB recommends roughly a third down, a third about halfway through, and then a third when the job is completed to your satisfaction.
Before you file a claim on your roof or any other kind of claim with your home insurance agencies, it's best to have somebody take a roofer take a look at the damage. It could be a situation where the cost of the repairs is actually less than the cost of your deductible. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Jasmine Kyle of the SEK Humane Society and Carl are with us this morning to invite you to the pop-up adoption event happening this weekend. Well, Jasmine Kaya from the SEK Humane Society is with us this morning, and she brought along another furry friend. Today we have Carl. Yeah. Welcome to you both. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you guys. So yeah, this is Carl. So Carl is a bulldog pit bull mix. He originally came in from a kill facility, sadly. So we got a call a few months ago. He was running out of time.
Yes.
And so thankfully we had the space to keep him safe.
Right.
So we took him. And really, he was really malnourished, so it took us a few months to get him back on track. And then with his white coat, all of these little tiny spots started to pop up. So he's beautiful dog.
Yes.
He does know how to sit on command.
Okay, yeah.
And then he does great with other dogs, but he's needing a home with no cats.
Home with no cats.
Yeah.
And then talk to me a little bit more about his personality.
Yeah, he's a goofball.
Yeah.
He really is. He's a big old goofball, but he loves car rides. Like this morning, he hopped in the back of the car, sat up, and just started looking at all everything, and then he laid down in the back seat and took a little nap on the way up here. So he does great on car rides, good with other dogs. We're super excited about this weekend for our Frontenac Mining Days event. So we're going to do a pop-up adoption event. It's going to be from 9:30 to noon at Corner Park, which is right across from Palooka's, across the street from them. And then what we love is that Frontenac doesn't have a pit bull ban, which means that he can actually get out of the shelter and have some fun.
Like he's having right now.
Yes, he is.
Love it. Perfect. And then on-site adoption at this adoption pop-up event is going to be $20, so it's going to be reduced.
Yeah. So our usual dog adoption fees are $65. He's only going to be $20. So, and again, he's already neutered, up to date on vaccinations, microchipped. He is ready to go, as will all of our dogs be at that event. Now, we won't have all pit bulls at this event. We'll have a few other dogs, but you will see our pitties because, again, Frontenac doesn't have that ban, and we want them to get out and play with everybody.
Great opportunity for those guys. And how many dogs do you think will be there up for adoption?
Yeah, we're looking at about 3 right now.
Okay.
Unless we get more volunteers, then we'll go up to 4. But for right now, we're looking at about 2 to 3 based on volunteer activity.
Certainly. And then can you talk to me about just the date and the time? This is going to be on June 8th from 9:30 a.m. to noon?
Yep, correct. We'll be at Corner Park across from Palooka's near the Kids Zone where we are each year.
Right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And thank you, Carl, again. And remember, the pop-up adoption event is this Saturday in Frontenac, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:17 now on this Tuesday morning, and a live look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. We've got one stray shower in St. Clair County, and that is it after we had some severe thunderstorm roll through parts of McDonald County this morning, bringing upwards of 2-inch in diameter hail out there before it turned to the east and died. And we had another strong storm, not severe, come up out of Ottawa County into Newton County, and it also has since died. However, we're not done with thunderstorm chances just yet. We do have a limited risk for possibly an isolated tornado in southeastern Kansas. That risk is extraordinarily low, but it's not zero. And we also have a low hail and wind risk across the entire areas. We could see additional strong to low grade severe thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon, evening, and especially the overnight hours. So here we are at noon. Future track picking up on some isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly long into the east of the 69 corridor. Then as we head a little later in the afternoon, maybe a few more isolated showers or scattered showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms out there by 5. And then by the time we hit about 8, take a look in southeast Kansas. We're starting to see a little more organized thunderstorm activity out there. And this is where our better window for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms is going to be. These thunderstorms are going to increase in coverage as well as we head later into the evening. So by 11, we've got a few more of these thunderstorms across the area, especially into southeastern Kansas. Fort Scott just outside of Pittsburgh, Parsons, Yates Center, Chanute. And then this whole complex will kind of organize and start to push off to the south and east. So by 2 o'clock Wednesday morning, we're looking at some thunderstorm activity, Joplin, Lamar, Anderson, Miami Grove, getting ready to roll into Bentonville, and this is at 2 a.m. By 5 a.m., we are left with a few lingering showers, maybe some moderate rainfall down around Cassville and Bentonville, parts of McDonald County, but that's it. As we go through the morning, that all clears out, and then we will be partly cloudy to mostly clear for the rest of our Wednesday. We'll also be quite warm out there as well. So once we get past those morning showers tomorrow, the rest of the day looks good. Right now, it is cloudy in Joplin, 67. South-southeast breeze at about 6. Temperatures around the region are a pinch cooler than yesterday at this time, but not significantly so, as we are in the mid to upper 60s across a good portion of the area. We've got scattered thunderstorms again possible through the morning, 73 by 11 o'clock. And again, those isolated to widely scattered showers and storms heading into the afternoon. Highs today similar to yesterday, upper 70s and low 80s. As we go through the evening hours, we're looking at again those thunderstorms increasing after 8 and our lows back into the upper 60s. Once we get clear of the storms tomorrow, again, partly cloudy, mostly clear skies, mid-80s, mid-upper 80s Thursday and Friday, but dry and sunny, still dry by Saturday. So a good opportunity to head to the pool because by Sunday, we see thunderstorm chances returning going into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and we should be dry by next Wednesday and Thursday. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Our good friend Charlene Patton joining us all the way from Topeka. Always a long drive, but we're so glad to always have you here every morning. And you've got another incredible recipe. You've got some ranch dressing. Now, I'm going to be honest, and my wife knows this. I'm not a huge fan of ranch, but I can take it in certain amounts. Something tells me this one's going to be one that I will absolutely love.
It's a healthy version of the ranch dressing. And I wanted to start out by just showing you that this month we're featuring children's recipes.
Okay.
So I love this little guide that everyone will get when they send to, or call us for the recipes. And it's called The Thrill of Skill. And it tells you, starting at 2 years old, what can my children do in the kitchen?
Oh, okay.
And it goes all the way up to 13 and teenage years. So we are going to, this doesn't seem to be working the outlet this morning, so I'm just going to show how we're going to do this.
Okay.
It's easy to make, and you know, depending on the age of your children, they could maybe use an appliance like this, or they could help measure and put things in.
Okay.
And this summer, oh my goodness, it's a great opportunity to help kids kind of stay ahead in school.
Absolutely.
Let them learn to measure things so that they know. My grandson was helping me, and I said, gosh, if we don't have a 1 cup measure, how many half cups would we need?
Okay.
And you know, it's just good to have. We're starting out with soy milk, and I put 1 tablespoon of vinegar in there. And that kind of makes it a sour milk, kind of like buttermilk. Then to that, we're going to add our Greek yogurt. There we go. And that is right in there. And then this is our tofu. And that is going to make it nice and thick for our dressing. There we go. And then here, you're going to add our ranch dressing.
Okay.
And this is 3 tablespoons, or in the grocery store, you'll see that it comes in little packages. So it could be 1 package too. We would just put the lid on our food processor, and we would whirl that to mix it all up.
Okay.
And then we've got our salad here. And like I said, this would be great for kids to use as a vegetable, a dipper for their vegetables as well. And then I wanted to show you this. This is a salad topper that you can get in the store.
Okay.
And it includes edamame, cranberries, all kinds of crunchy things to put right on top of your salad. So there you go. And we might also add that this is in the Soy Foods Guide. So if they didn't order that last month, they can still get that booklet that has all the great recipes for 2024.
Excellent. And of course, as you mentioned, these are going to be great for summer because kids out of school, some may have summer school, but that doesn't last all year long, well, all summer long. So they're going to need something.
That's
and
right.
This is a great way. Not only do they get to learn something, but they also get something tasty to go along with it. They're creating something.
They are. And when they call for the recipes, they'll also get a box of crayons that are made with soy, and then activities to do at home. So be sure to call our 800 number at 877-KS-SOYBEAN, or go to our website at kansassoybeans.org.
All right, Charlene, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And of course, if you missed any of it, don't worry, all on our website as well this morning, KOAMnewsnow.com. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
The interview
just can walk in there and help them out.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Noe. We have an update on the Miami, Oklahoma travel agent who had been accused by former clients of defrauding them. Diane Whifford's company is now facing eviction. Whifford has been jailed since her arrest last week on charges that she wrote bad checks years ago. We have no word yet on whether she's been charged in the fraud investigation, and we've talked with a number of people who claim they've paid her thousands of dollars for vacation arrangements that were never made. Now an affidavit has been filed to evict Whifford's company, Whifford Tour and Travel, from 103 East Central Avenue in Miami. The Joplin City Council last night gave preliminary approval to a tax exemption agreement for the newly proposed Woodsonia development. Last night was the first reading for a tax agreement for the proposed Prospect Village. It's a $375 million mixed-use land development project near Home Depot. If built, it would be the largest project in Joplin since the opening of the North Park Mall in 1972. It would include both an indoor and outdoor sports complex, parkland, and a trail with water features, retail space, multifamily housing, hotels, and additional retail spaces. The TIF proposition would have to pass second and third readings to get final approval. Council members also heard a presentation from Villanova Village. The nonprofit group hopes to acquire surplus property from the city in order to build a village of tiny homes for people in need in Joplin. For more details on the council meeting, you can go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Joplin Schools is offering in-person assistance for families who want to enroll for the coming school year. The district is employing 2 secretaries who will help families handle registration from now through July 29th. You can find those secretaries in the main front door reception area at Joplin High School. You can get more details at our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Ronald McDonald House Charities of the 4 states yesterday received a donation from local High-Speco employees. They gave just under $2,400, and it's the first of 4 checks that High-Speco plans to present throughout the year. Employees will also commit to volunteer service as well as their monetary contributions.
And Ronald McDonald's House is a great organization and really has an impact on the community, so we want to try to help support that. So it's been really beneficial, and a lot of the employees love giving back, and they're passionate about their communities and the organization support the communities.
In last year's partnership with Ronald McDonald House of the 4 states, High-Speco gave more than $10,000 to the charity.
Now, we've got really nothing out there on the Skywatch Storm Tracker in our area. There's a couple of stray showers in St. Clair County, and that is about it so far. So we'll and there's a couple of sprinkles there into parts of Lawrence County as well, but just east of Stockton, really the only fully detectable precipitation. And that's after we had a severe thunderstorm, some large hail rolled through McDonald County early this morning. It died out, and a stronger storm came up out of Ottawa County into Newton County. It also died out. However, we are seeing some showers out to the west of Wichita, and that's what's going to give us the opportunity for some additional isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area as we head into the afternoon. Now, some of these could be strong to low-grade severe, but the better chances for more organized thunderstorm activity will come overnight tonight. By 6, though, you can see a few more of those scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms out there, again, ahead of the better chances overnight tonight. We do have a limited risk for maybe an isolated tornado in southeast Kansas. Even if we saw one, we're not expecting anything significant. And we also have a low-end risk for maybe some large hail and some damaging wind gusts with some of these stronger storms as well. Quick look at temperatures outside. We are sitting in the mid to upper 60s for just about everybody out there, so just a couple of degrees cooler than what we were at this time yesterday. Highs today similar to yesterday, upper 70s, low 80s, with those isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms through the day, and again, those chances increasing as we head later into the evening and overnight hours. We'll have more on those thunderstorm chances and when we'll get an opportunity to dry out here in a few more minutes. Elise?
Thanks, Chris. Well, the Israeli military announced more hostages have died in captivity in Gaza as the Biden administration pushes for a ceasefire deal. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
כן לעסקת נתניהו.
Internal pressure is growing on Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu to secure the release of the last hostages held by Hamas. As the military announced Monday, 4 more hostages have died in Gaza. Pressure is growing from the Biden administration for a deal as well. The White House is pushing a 3-phase plan that would start with a ceasefire, the withdrawal of Israeli forces from populated areas of Gaza, and the exchange of some hostages for Palestinian prisoners.
It offers a roadmap for a permanent ceasefire and an end to the crisis.
It's still unclear if the proposal announced by President Biden on Friday will be accepted by Hamas or even the Israeli government. Netanyahu says his government is taking action to return the hostages, but it's not the only goal.
In the process of this action, we maintained the goals of the war, chief among them the elimination of Hamas.
Netanyahu has accepted an invitation to address a joint session of Congress where members are split on whether the 3-phase deal should be implemented.
At the end of the day, I mean, this is a lousy deal for Israel.
It's important that Hamas immediately accept those parameters. It's also important that Prime Minister Netanyahu hold firm.
No date has been set yet for Netanyahu's address, but it will likely be this summer. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Summer is officially underway in a few weeks, and that means people will be heading to their summer vacation destinations. We'll have some tips that could help you save some money this year.
Something special today.
And Consumer Watch this morning, rising temperatures may also bring higher prices this summer. The National Energy Assistance Directors Association and the Center for Energy Poverty and Climate predicts electric bills could rise to an average of $719 from June through September. That is an increase of about 8% from last year. The estimated average is almost $200 more than what Americans paid in 2019. A long commute to work is becoming more common for many Americans. A Stanford University study shows commutes of 75 miles or more jumped 32% in 2023 to 2024, compared to a previous study in 2019 to 2020. Economists point to rising housing costs and more people only having to work at the office a couple of times a week as a key factors for the longer commutes. A report from software company Gusto shows younger workers and those who make more than $250,000 a year are the most likely to live further from their job. A new ranking in the Cola Wars is apparently just what the doctor ordered for one beverage company. Dr. Pepper has operated its way into a tie with Pepsi for the #2 position among colas, now according to a Wall Street Journal report. The longtime contender has done it thanks to unique flavor mixes, heavy marketing ties to college football, and distribution positioning at soda fountains. Regular Pepsi consumption has fallen as consumers shift to Pepsi Zero Sugar. Coca-Cola is still the king with at least twice the market share of its opponents. Well, now that summer is underway, you may be thinking about booking a getaway, and it's not too late to score summer discounts. Jen Sullivan talks to a travel expert on ways you can save in today's Consumer Watch.
From beach vacations to exploring new cities, there are plenty of ways to save on summer trips this season. So, when is the best time to travel?
If you visit places in August, you're going to find better deals than if you visit them mid-summer.
Travel expert Emily Kaufman also recommends traveling during the week rather than the weekend to lock in lower rates on airlines and hotels. When booking a hotel, ask about discounts. She says many places offer discounted rates to military, first responders, and teachers. And don't forget about AAA or AARP memberships, which will get you a better deal as well. For families, look into renting a vacation home or condo. It may be cheaper than booking a few different hotel rooms to accommodate everyone. And traveling to off-season destinations can help stretch your budget.
Luxury resorts in Scottsdale, Arizona and Palm Springs, California that are usually 5-star prices can come down to 3-star prices during the summer.
Many cities offer special bundled rates to sightsee, so if you're visiting New York City, look into buying a Go City Pass.
You can save up to 50%, and these are international and domestic as well.
Kaufman also says if you're a member of Costco or Sam's Club, you may be able to book your trip through them and save.
They're buying travel in bulk, so they've negotiated special rates with airlines, hotels, cruises, and rental cars.
And finally, book your trip on a cashback rewards credit card to earn points. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Winstock 24. Jam-packed summer giveaways at High Winds. Saturday, June 20th.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now coming up on 7:44 on this Tuesday morning. Skywatch Storm Tracker, again, void of much of anything. Got a stray shower in St. Clair County, and we've got a new shower that's starting to go up in Elk County out to the west. So we'll keep an eye on that. We've also got these showers out to the west of Wichita, and that's what's ultimately going to give us the opportunity for some additional scattered thunderstorms as we go through the morning and into the afternoon. These will be isolated to widely scattered, but we could still see a few. The only severe storm we had was early this morning around 5 a.m. This cell that went through southern McDonald County, producing upwards of 2-inch in diameter hail. But as you can see, it also quickly died out. Same with a stronger storm coming up out of Ottawa County into Newton County. Flared up quickly, died quickly as well. We still do have a risk for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms. There's a limited tornado threat in southeastern Kansas. We're talking maybe an isolated tornado, and if we saw one, it wouldn't really do much of anything, and that's if we saw something. We also have a low wind risk for maybe some large hail and some damaging wind gusts with these storms. That's going to be the primary concern, especially as we head into the late evening and overnight hours. So by noon, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. Most of these look to be along into the east of the 69 corridor. Then we'll have isolated showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms through the afternoon and into the evening. By 5, 6 o'clock, we'll see a few more, and then by about 8 across southeastern Kansas, that's when we start to see some organized shower and thunderstorm activity out there. And this is when our better window for some strong, potentially low-grade severe thunderstorms will be, as we head into the overnight hours tonight. As you can see, by 11, thunderstorms increasing in coverage out there, and they'll continue to push off as an organized complex. By about 2 a.m., they're going to start shifting off to the south and to the east, still bringing that threat for some strong to low-grade severe storms out there. And then as we head towards sunrise on Wednesday, we're left with a few isolated showers, and those will quickly clear out of here, and by noon we are partly cloudy, mostly clear, and on our way to temperatures into the mid-80s. Right now in Joplin, though, it is cloudy and it's not bad temperature-wise, at least 67. South-southeast breeze at about 6 miles an hour. Temperatures across the area, again, we've got 70 in Stockton, so they've been back and forth between 70 and 69, but they're again the warm spot. Everybody else mid-upper 60s. We get our morning underway, again isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms out there, about 73 by 11. Heading into the afternoon, again, a strong storm or two is possible here and there. Again, a lot of this activity initially is going to be isolated to widely scattered at best. We're looking to go upper 70s and low 80s. Then as we again head into the evening, after about 6, 7 o'clock, thunderstorm chances increase, thunderstorm coverage increases late night, overnight, and that's our better window for some strong to potentially low-grade severe storms, falling back into the upper 60s. Mid-80s tomorrow, once those morning showers clear out. Nice for us on Thursday, Friday. Warm, though, mid-upper 80s. Not a bad Saturday. And then we got more thunderstorm chances Sunday and Monday, maybe a few lingering showers heading into next Tuesday. So at least we'll get an opportunity to dry out by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And even into Saturday, great opportunity to get out there, maybe hit the pool for a little while. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Who has Field only on Fox?
In 53 days, Olympic athletes from around the world will arrive in Paris to compete for gold. But Olympic officials are hoping to see lots and lots of green instead.
Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez takes a closer look at the ambitious climate goals set for this summer's games, plus the security measures in place to ensure fans stay safe.
Excitement is building with the Paris Summer Olympics kicking off at the end of next month.
But as the countdown ticks on, so does officials' time to make this one of the most sustainable Olympics in history.
Paris 2024 has made sustainability a part of its DNA since the bid.
Paris officials want to cut their carbon footprint in half compared to 2012's London Games and the 2016 Games in Rio. One area really helping them save is construction.
The decision not to build.
A whopping 95% of the Paris Olympic facilities are already pre-existing or will be temporary.
But then what you build low carbon.
The Olympic Village, where the athletes live, and the Aquatic Center were two new facilities that needed to be built. Still, those were made with low-carbon cement, wood, and salvage materials. Officials say energy will also make up only 1% of the game's emissions. They want to use 100% renewable power from wind and solar farms. Besides sustainability, security remains another top concern. French law enforcement recently arrested an 18-year-old man on suspicion of planning to attack soccer events during the games. Officials say tens of thousands of police and military officers will be deployed throughout the Olympics. All those officers and spectators will need food to stay alert, but even that will help reduce the game's emissions. Paris officials will locally source 80% of their ingredients and offer 60% plant-based menu items. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Well, for such a larger-than-life global event, there's a lot of resources that go into building that Olympic Village and all the other things. So it's great to see that they're, trying to be mindful of the planet and to find sustainable materials.
Yeah, because I know that's been a concern from past Olympic Games. They build all these facilities and then they just abandon them after the games are over. And the communities and the cities that host them are left with these buildings. They don't know what to do with them. So it's good that they're making some more temporary facilities and also trying to reduce their carbon footprint.
Certainly.
We got a few isolated showers out there still this morning. Quick look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. We'll show you where those are. So we've got that one little thunder shower starting to exit St. Clair County. And we still have a couple of showers building in now to Chautauqua County. In fact, Skywatch Storm Tracker has not caught up. A few stray sprinkles, northwestern Lawrence County, and then this little guy here just moving outside of St. Clair County. Otherwise, there's really nothing out there. We had those thunderstorms this morning in our southern counties and up around St. Clair County. Those are all gone, but we do have the opportunity for some additional isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms through the morning into the afternoon. We could see a stray strong storm or two out there, but it won't be until the overnight hours that we'll see more organized thunderstorm activity. We'll have another look at your forecast, plus the news you need to know right after this.
Murphy, a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. The Joplin City Council last night gave preliminary approval to a tax exemption agreement for the newly proposed Woodsonia development. The $375 million mixed-use land development project will be located near Home Depot. The TIF proposition would have to pass second and third readings to get final approval. Authorities in Newton County are investigating a weekend murder-suicide. They say 62-year-old William Clanton called the police Saturday night to report that he had shot his wife several times and then threatened to shoot himself. When authorities arrived, they found 65-year-old Vicki Clanton dead by gunshot wounds and her husband dead by a single gunshot. The city of Fort Scott, Kansas is requesting information regarding an announced baseball team called the Fort Scott Marshals. Last week, a press release announced the creation of the Fort Scott Marshals, who would play in the Central Plains Baseball League. But the city officials say they were not aware of the announcement and have not signed on. A man who says he is on the board of directors for the league says they put out the releases to draw attention to the league, but still have more work to do. He says the first games will be in May 2025.
And some changes to our severe weather outlook for today. The tornado threat has been removed, so we're going very low. However, as you can see, our wind and hail risks have been bumped up to elevated status out there. So some of the newer data is suggesting that we may get a more organized complex of strong, potentially severe thunderstorms developing across southeastern Kansas by later this evening into the overnight hours that will eventually push southeast across the area. And that's what's increased our potential for severe weather as we head into the evening and overnight overnight hours tonight. Those storms still expected to taper off towards sunrise tomorrow. We're looking at highs today into the upper 70s and low 80s. And of course, we'll keep a close eye on those thunderstorms for you as we head through the morning, into the evening and overnight hours.
Certainly. All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, dozens of sandcastle builders dug in for the 35th annual sand sculpting competition on the Isle of Palms over the weekend. Around 60 teams vied for the top spot, multiple different categories.
Beachgoers were treated to sculptures shaped like traditional castles, sea creatures, a Lego set, and even the whole cast of the popular children's show Bluey. The top prizes range from a bike, inflatable stand-up paddle boards, a beach cruiser, and an engraved trophy. My youngest would have enjoyed the Bluey sculptures for sure.
Certainly.
And yeah, I like the Lego ones too.
Yeah, those are always cool.
Legos are great. Yeah. Well, again, we'll keep an eye on those thunderstorm chances for you through the day, and we'll have more on that with more news and weather when we see you today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.